Blake, can you start off just talking us through your adventurous Sunday?
Yeah, it was a good day. To start off with, that game would have been special. Growing up an hour from Kansas City and going to Chiefs games my whole life. When I saw that one, I had family coming down, and it was going to be a good day. So, I'm just thankful that I got the opportunity to go out there and get it done.
I saw you kind of warming up all second half. Was it kind of a weird feeling when all of a sudden you're out there after just kind of waiting for that opportunity?
I mean that's the life of a specialist, life as a kicker. Those moments, those are what you dream of, and that's why you are a kicker. We worked that situation literally here in the indoor last weekend. Just delaying the clock, last play of the game, the whole deal. And so you just stay calm, stay in your routine, and go out there and do it.
Blake, when you come back for the Texans game, you think security will recognize you?
Well, now I'll make sure to wear Saint stuff so they can. In their defense, I was in my street clothes, and I was just walking the field just like I have any other game. And so I was walking out the tunnel to go do my little routine. I go and touch both uprights, just my little thing. I make it to about the corner of the end zone, and next thing I know, I got somebody running after me, tapping me on my shoulder. And asked me what I'm doing, how I got on here, the whole deal, and I just had a little chuckle, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm a player." And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." So
he believed you.
Yeah, he believed me, and then I came back out the second time, and warm up stuff, and he's like, a little more believable this time. So we had a good little joke. I laugh about that kind of stuff. So it was fun story.
So does it motivate you though too at the same time that people kind of?
I mean, yeah, I've been counted out or been noticed as a small guy my whole life. It doesn't necessarily define you or anything. I've just learned to roll with it, and if you ask me, I think it works in my favor. I have a big leg regardless of how big I am, so you roll with it, and it's no big deal.
How do you think you would have handled it if he hadn't really believed you at first?
I probably would have had to make a call to somebody. So it was really no big deal.
Okay.
So Blake, where does your leg strength come from? Is something even when you were younger, you always had a strong leg, or just?
Yeah, I mean that's a good question. I'd have to talk to Dr. Ray to help me explain that one. We put in a lot of work with college strength programs and all the work that we put into it. All I know is I go out there and treat every kick like it's a game winner, or just stay in your routine, swing hard, and let it go up the middle.
And it starts in your core, right?
Yeah, it starts.
People always say big leg, but the kick starts
yeah,
there, right?
Yeah. With me, it's kind of my whole body I put into it. So.
Hey, people, I mean, you mentioned the moment at the end of the game. In December, a lot of people don't even remember the first preseason game or whatever. But on an individual level, it's a big important moment for a guy like you, right? I mean, how did you feel about when you walked out there? What were you feeling, experiencing, and everything?
Yeah, I mean, to be real honest, it felt like just like the practice rep that I did right here. You practice those, you stay in your routine, you stay level-headed regardless of the moment. I've played in a lot of big games in a lot of big stadiums, NFL stadiums, college stadiums, wherever it is. It's still the same kick, still 53 and a third by 120. So you just go out there and do your job, stay within yourself, and execute.
Like, how's Will been as far as competition? How? Because obviously, you want his job, he wants to keep his job. So how has that been? Share tidbits with one another? Or?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Will's a great guy. The way we've been able to compete with each other, hang out off the field. By all means, when it's on the field, it's time to go. But you have a guy that's done it at a high level for a long time. There's things to pick up on, things to watch. Along with all across this team, there's a lot of guys that have operated at a high level. And so you hope you go out there, and I hope he makes every single kick, because I know I can. I can go out there and compete, because I know the better he does, the better I got to do, and that's what good competition drives success. So you just go out there and try to do it every day.
The coaches also say that everyone is basically trying out for all 30 teams, and when you make a game-winning kick, that's got to be a good resume builder.
Yeah, I mean, you treat every day like it's your last. You never know. So everything you do is evaluated on the field, off the field, on film, and practice and games. Regardless of what it is, you go out there and you just give it your all, and that's for the best.
Is that kind of, just to follow up on that, is that kind of your mindset, like day to day? Because like in 3 weeks, you may be kicking for another team.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I'm aware of. It's the truth. There's a lot of guys in this league and in all across the country that are trying to fight for all these jobs. And so, that's my mindset is, treat every day like it's your last, because you never know. So you go out there every single rep, whether it's, on your own warm-ups, whether it's in period, whether it's, a kickoff or, a game winner against the Chiefs. Like they're all in your mind and your mental, capacity. They're all the same. So, you treat everything like it's your last, treat everything like it's the most important rep you can.
Have a lot of people started to recognize you around town now after Sunday?
To be real honest, we don't get much time to go around town right now, so I can't answer that one. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
Blake, how did you end up like Arkansas State and going to Notre Dame? Was it name, image, and likeness?
No, I mean I went to Arkansas State out of high school. That was my one walk-on offer. I played high school soccer and high school football both in the fall. Did both, was able to have success at both. Thought I was going to go play college soccer, to be real honest. Bet on myself, took a walk-on offer, played there, redshirted, played for 4 years, got put on scholarship. Was able to use my COVID year to go test myself and put myself in another competition and, give myself an opportunity to compete and come to the NFL. So, transferring like that was to better myself and to, prepare me for this moment. But, I spent 5 years in Jonesboro, and a lot of people, a lot of experiences, and that place holds a special place in my heart. But, I decided to go somewhere else and decided to, again, bet on myself and see what happens.
Did DeMario, does he fist bump you, Jonesboro?
Yeah, we actually sit next to each other in the team meeting. So, we're both Red Wolves, and so, I heard him speak probably 5 or 6 times before I even got here. So.
And Kirk Merritt too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only team in NFL history with 3 Arkansas State.
Yeah, there ain't many of us.
Did you talk to any other teams before signing?
Yeah, I mean, me and my agent had a plan going into the 3rd day of the draft. We heard from, a couple teams in the morning, and obviously the Saints were one of them. And, we decided here, we decided to, this opportunity was where we thought fit best. And, they were the first ones that we got it done with.
What was it that kind of led you to that decision?
You look at, there's a multitude of reasons. That's why you have an agent. That's why you let them take care of that. All I worry about is an opportunity and come down here and get to work.
You mentioned
The team's
soccer.
reputation of highly investing in special teams, was that something that you knew about when y'all made that decision as well?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a coordinator as respected as Darren Rizzi and Phil are, that's all you can hope for, is to come to a place where you're going to get a fair opportunity, you're going to get coached hard and held to a high standard. That's the way the Saints do it across special teams, offense, and defense. So, we felt like it was a good fit. I like the South, like the area. Everything just kind of all the everything pointed to here.
Can you tell us about soccer for a second? You mentioned it before. What position?
I did all the club stuff. Bounced around, played pretty much everything. In high school, I actually played center back, and yeah. So I was an all-state soccer player in high school, and took care of the middle, and somehow got a lot of head balls. But that's just the way I did it. Had some small school offers to go play soccer, but decided to go the football route.
In high school football, were you just special team, or
Yeah,
did you play something?
yeah. Just I pretty much would run over on Thursdays after soccer practice, hit some. Played on Fridays, wore the jersey to school. The whole deal. My dad went to school at Southeast Missouri State. He played soccer there, and then ended up cutting the soccer program, walked onto the football team. So that's kind of where I got my start. He met my mom there. He was a gymnast. I've come from a family of athletes, so whatever I picked, I felt like I could do it. But that's kind of my path.
You have to be tough to play center back, though, don't you?
Yeah.
You get run into a lot.
Yeah.
You got to get position and everything. So you actually kind of a feisty.
Yeah,
athlete.
I got it to the point where I got so many yellow cards that I almost had to sit a couple games. So I had to tone that down a little bit. But we had a group of kids that I grew up playing soccer with, and we continued out through high school.
Brooke played college soccer, so she can tell you what you missed.
Yeah.
He almost played college soccer.
Anything else?
So.
All right, thanks, Blake.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blake.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.